Hello, beloved. Hello, beloved. Listen, we just want to hop on and just share a quick message with you. Um, we apologize to our first time visitors that's just stopping by for the very first time. You may hear all kind of noise in the background. That is because we are on the road and on tour for our Swarm the City. If you don't know what that is, it will be in the description box or any of our platforms and under the events tab if you want to join us next year. But I just want to hop in, and for those of you who do not know, my name is Orrie. I am the creator, the founder, your host of the podcast Shade Out Shane, the Shade Out Shane community, everything Shade Out Shane. Okay, but let's just have a brief talk. Omit the background noise and just focus in. We just wanted to quickly talk about faith over fear. Faith over fear. Beloved, fear wants to quiet your voice, slow your steps, but faith is louder. Understand that. Let me go over that again so you can distinguish between the two. Fear wants to quiet your voice. And not only quiet it, silence it. But for those of us who knows, the chosen one, the called out ones, the sent ones, it ain't happening. That's not correct grammar, but it ain't happening. One more time, fear wants to quiet your voice, silence it, cause stagnation. Because ultimately the enemy knows if you could keep your joy, your peace intact, and your mind renewed, you're unstoppable. But the delusion of man thinks stagnation means stop, or your silence means defeat. How many of you know that silence is a tool, it's a strategy? It's a strategy of your God, our Father, El Shaddai, Adonai. It is a strategic tool in his hands because I have found, this for me personally, I have found that in the most quiet seasons, I thought, when I felt as though God was silent, he's never silent. He's always speaking. Is our level of frequency and the energy that we're in at that time. That's why he said to not be anxious for anything. Because anxiousness and that causes anxiety. Fear causes anxiety. It causes procrastination. I'm a witness. Stagnation. I'm a witness. But the delusion of man thinks if all of these things are in operation, you've been defeated. But as I was saying, in my darkest night season, my wilderness season, I call it being on the Isle of Patmos, when it's really God preparing you for your exodus. Exodus out of where everything that could possibly cause you fear, cause you to be stagnant, slowing down your steps. Those are the times he is really the loudest. He's actually the loudest. What it is due to the energy field, the phase or stage your heart posture and mindset is in, he has to work accordingly. What do you mean? He will keep silent where it looks like you're silent to, watch this, to his enemies. Because remember what we said, they're no longer our enemies. Because he stated that he will contend with those who contend with us, and he will be an enemy to our enemies. That's why he tell you to have a seat, as he made these individuals your footstool. But he looks or seems to be solid in that hour, but he's allowed us. Why? Because if he speaks it directly where you could just out and out hear it, he speaks enough to know that when you enter into an elevation stage, a paradigm shift, a mindset shift, the voice becomes louder, but it was always there. And then when you get to a certain, I want to say, I was going to say aspect, but when you get to a certain point, it'll be like you already knew that and heard it because you did. Because the Spirit of God that lives in you, you are a vessel, you are a container, you are a sound. You have no choice but to hear. That's why people like the narcissist or people who just generally, frequently love hurting other people. Oh, ain't nothing happened yet. Ain't nobody said nothing yet, you know. They have no excuse. He speaks to them as well, because if he didn't, how would it be just when judgment comes? How would it be just when revelation comes? Why and how would it be just if a person just started reaping what they sown? Number one, his Logos word stated it. But to those of you who have been chosen and called out, there's a certain sound within you that you could be, I'm talking about, I call it squalling and bawling down the wall. That's when you crying, snotting, sliding down the wall. For some reason, after that cry and that snot slide down the wall, listen, it's like it's cathartic. Although the pain still may be there or whatever you're going through, the circumstances didn't change, but there comes a certain type of peace. So I want to encourage you, if you are presently in any of those type of seasons that I just named, he will slowly start to turn up the volume as you give it over to him. Okay? So today I want you to lift up your eyes. Lift up your hands. Use your body as a living instrument. That's your right. And declare that God's power in you is greater than any obstacle, circumstance, situations. I don't care what it is. Betrayal, sabotage, defeat in your eyes. And if you are in Christ, there's no such thing. Because he stated, even before you went into that situation or circumstance, that you are more than a conqueror. You're not fighting for the victory, you're fighting from your place of victory. So winning is inevitable. I don't care how dark it gets. I don't care how much your enemies think or thought they have won. No. So we encourage you just to keep going. God's power in you is greater than any obstacle, any plan, plot, trick of the enemy. There's nothing new under the sun, so step boldly, pray fervently, and trust him. Even when the road, your path, the journey seems unclear, I promise you, if you keep going, what you think is a silent hour or a silent season, he will slowly begin to turn up the volume of victory. And remember, you're built for this. You're stronger than you think. You're stronger than you know. And fear has no place in your future. Where's your future? Right now. Beloved, go your way and be blessed. Remember, I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what it sounds like. I don't care what it feels like. I don't even care what it smells like. It could be rotten. He's a resurrector. He's the heart fixer and the mind regulator. He's a right now God. Is it easy? No. Is it worth it? It's priceless. Be blessed.